In this case study, we see the tough decision of whether or not to give employees a bonus. The situation is not so black and white as it may seem. Luisa Fernandez is the CEO of the supermarket Superado. The particular store that Luisa is seen going into is in central Seville in Spain. It was originally her father's business, but after his passing, she stepped up into his role. She always kept her father in mind as she admired him since she was a little girl, following him around in the business. Luisa normally liked going to the different storefronts and getting to interact with the employees and customers, but on this particular day, she didn't feel so happy. Spain had been on the verge of a recession, and this meant that she had to look into the financial services of the company as a whole. She knew that the topic of bonuses would come up, and she would have to come up with an answer soon. Maria Alva, Superado's vice president for finance, had met with Luisa so that they could discuss the financial situation of the company. All Superado storefronts were considered an all-or-nothing trope. This means they all relied on each other for success or failures. Due to the economic crisis that had been arising, it was dismissing the fact that they had been on a steady increase for the past 15 years. The fall in the number of transactions per day, per store, and the average value was significant, and Maria told Luisa that this meant that they could not issue bonuses this year. Just because individual employees met their own quotas, and the same can be said for the local stores, the policy reads that it doesn't matter if the company as a whole doesn't meet its own growth targets. So, individuals, such as the employees for the small storefronts like the one in central Seville, will not get the proper compensation deserved because of the larger company not holding up its end of the deal. Luisa was faced with a tough decision, except in the way Maria put it wasn't much of a decision. Maria said that no one can get bonuses this year. This made Luisa retaliate because she knew that so many of the employees were reliant on the bonuses as part of their income. It was revealed that the bonuses given out were an extra 1 to 2 months' pay, and qualification was reached by about 90% of the people. In order to get another perspective, Luisa asked her father's friend, Rodrigo, what he had thought about the situation, and he said they shouldn't punish the employees for something that wasn't their fault. The numbers would be way worse if it wasn't for their hard work and dedication, and they should honor that in any way possible. Luisa is concerned that if they issue bonuses, the prices of their products will have to increase, driving customers away, and in turn, the employee's job would be at stake. With that, Rodrigo made the point that if they were to take away the incentive of bonuses, would the employees work as hard? Because if they don't, there goes customer satisfaction, which will also lead customers to go to other competitor stores. Especially in times where things are hard for everyone, you want your employees to stay loyal to Superado. In my opinion, I think it's best for Luisa to take a step back and to look at both sides of the spectrum for an outside view. Both of the options has pros, but also many cons. She needs to take into consideration that it isn't the employee's fault, that the other stores can uphold their end of the deal. Later on in the case, when the experts were discussing what to do in the situation, one expert said that Luisa should have immediately suggested that there's a different plan to be set into motion over the all-or-nothing scheme that is centered around the bonuses. Bonuses are supposed to be individualistic and not supposed to be handed out to everyone. It defeats the purpose of getting a bonus recognition for their services as an employee. Luisa feels that her employees will be grateful for having a secure job and not go to the competitor out of loyalty. When Luisa went to the market to talk to the store manager Jorge and talk to the employees, she was stopped by one of the other employees, Rosa. Rosa put a lot of effort into turning Superado into the competitor it is today, and has shown her loyalty by denying other jobs from the other supermarkets. This got Luisa to realize how appreciative she is to have employees that go above and beyond for this company. With that, she felt a certain regret about cutting bonuses. Jorge, Rosa, and so many others have shown that they want to be there, and don't just consider this a job. They want what's best for the supermarket, and show that through their compassion and commitment. The situation is not an easy fix, as I said from the beginning. It's understandable that Luisa has worries for the finances of Superado as a whole. But I think that after going to the local store and seeing how the employees put their all into the job, her perspective should have changed, especially since she learned that the competitor just moved in down the street and already approached Rosa, arguably one of their best workers, to switch. As I mentioned earlier, the entire system of the finances need to be reevaluated within the company. Employees should be seen as individuals and not be considered on a group basis. When considering what the experts have said, there needs to be a balance with Luisa's decision should be. They should not distribute the entire bonus promise, but at the same time, they should not cut it completely. It is the fault of the company to begin with for making the employees feel so dependent on the bonuses, and to cut it out with that much notice will result in a change of perspective on the employee's side. I agree that the decision of allocating money throughout different levels is the best way to handle the situation. Similarly, one of the experts presented the idea that Luisa and other executive team members should not receive any bonus, and as the hierarchy decreases in management, the bonus would increase by a certain percentage. In doing this, the employees are seeing that their bosses are not taking advantage of the generosity and commitment, as they are sacrificing money for themselves in the process. Even though employees won't be getting their full bonus salary, they will appreciate that the executives found a way to compensate them somehow. It also puts out the idea that there really are tough decisions that need to be made in the coming months, and it's out of their control that there's an economic recession within the country. All in all, in order to continue to thrive in the company and for employee satisfaction to match customer satisfaction, some rewards need to be set out for those who deserve it.